Submitted for the approval of Twitch.tv. I call this podcast Some Shit We Like. Episode number 333. Missing is Mike. Here is Rick. Here is Bryce. And yeah, this is Some Shit We Like, where we're just going to talk about whatever's off the top of our heads. Because for the most part, we have a blank docket. And Rick's going to do his Silent Bob impression, which is appropriate because that movie was out this week in Fathom Events. I'm going to drink water during the intro and make Rick nervous. If you're watching us live, thank you for joining us. Follow us on social media to find out when we go live. Today, we went live at 3 something. It's 3:27 now. We've probably been live since like 3:20 though. Maybe. Something like that. If you are not watching us live, that's okay. You can catch the audio version of this podcast on your favorite podcast service. If we're not on your favorite podcast service, let us know. We'll make sure we're on there. Rick will do it. Otherwise, you can catch that on someshitwelike.com, which has a facelift or a recent design change that Rick did because the website was looking kind of, I don't know. We needed to update the site and the old, what do you call it?
PHP.
The old fucking design template, whatever.
Theme.
Was that what?
The theme of the
the old
WordPress.
theme. Thank you. You nailed it. You're good for something. I don't have to push you out of the way. Yeah, we had to change it. If you want more than just audio, we put up clips throughout the week on YouTube, and then we put up the full version of the podcast on Friday. That's what we do. This is Some Shit We Like. It's a little warm in here. What's going on, Ray?
Yeah, it's the fall season, and it's really summer for California still.
Yeah.
So we're stuck with that.
I feel like I'm crashing right now for some reason.
Why are you crashing?
I don't know. I
You're
don't
not
have
moving.
energy. What?
You're not moving.
Real good. Why are you staring? Stop staring at me. I'm tired of waiting on you all to play Rocket League. Well, we could fire back and say we're tired of waiting on you to play Borderlands.
That's true.
So keep staring at the camera. I do want to play Rocket League though.
You're close.
Cheesy, I want to know something, actually. Okay? Cheesy, for anyone that isn't live in the chat and is just listening, is someone who's a regular in our chat for the most part. Cheesy, the show kind of pisses me off because, like, I can't... We'll talk about it later, but the roster, just the rosters. I want to fucking play with who I want to play with, and I can't play with Otani, and I can't play with Trout because the rosters are always fucking updated.
But you're still beating me.
And so it's annoying. So yeah, anyways, we'll talk about that later. There's something I'm clearly missing. And even when I play offline, just play an exhibition thing or whatever.
Still can't do it?
Otani's still on the lineup.
Well, that's certainly...
Show me how, please. Thank you. Thank you, Cheesy. Well, I can't do that. I don't know how you're doing that, Mike. But I can't.
So how you doing?
I told you I'm crashing for some reason.
Crashing, oh.
Yeah. Rick and I are late. We went and saw a movie. We're going to have a review for it on this show.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just get into the news.
Sure.
Why not?
News that I didn't even know that was in here, except for the one story that I did see was there.
Which one? The AMC
The
one?
AMC story.
Then let's start with that, shall we?
Sure.
So AMC recently put this out. Announced this earlier this week, I think, or... Yeah, it was earlier this
I
week.
think you posted it, yeah.
Yeah. So they're introducing AMC Theaters on Demand. And it's basically AMC on Demand, which is it's basically their type of Vudu. Which, if you're not familiar with Vudu, is basically an online store where you can buy digital purchases of movies, rent movies. Well, yeah, buy or rent movies online.
It says it right there.
Yeah.
Rent or buy movies, earn AMC Stubs points.
Well, that's the kicker on this one. If you're already a Stubs member, you can earn points by buying through their system.
Mm-hmm. Watch at home or download to watch on the go. No subscriptions. Pay as you go with a credit card or an AMC gift card.
Yep. So that's pretty interesting. I bring this up because we're both Stub members. I'm the Plus subscriber to AMC. But yeah, it looks like it's also going to be on other devices as well too. LG TVs, Roku, Apple, Android, and of course your laptop. So And,
is it already out? It's still coming soon, or is it out?
I believe it's already out. Let me see here. Yeah, it looks like you could just log in. Or no, I guess it's not yet. Stop it. Oh no, it's just took me to the AMC theater site. Damn it. Anyways, yeah, I don't know, but I mean, you can right now take a look at their. Let's see here. Yeah, you can browse their movies. So yeah, it looks like it is live.
I feel like, I mean, I only actually heard this story from you. I'm surprised this isn't getting more
So like,
attention.
if I wanted to buy this, I could hit buy, and then I can sign in.
You know what I mean? Or are you not listening to me? Probably not listening to me.
Yeah, you said that.
I said I'm surprised this isn't getting more attention. I only heard about this from you.
Why is it not filling my password? Well, fuck it. Okay, I guess I'm not going to buy that right now. But it's live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a notification for this on the app.
That's weird. Maybe I just didn't notice.
And when I saw it, I'm like, okay, well, like I bought a shit ton of stuff already over on Voodoo, so that sucks. But not really. I mean, I appreciate everything I bought from there, and most of the stuff I bought were dirt cheap.
I just would think there'd be more. I mean, I wonder, like, what did they have access to? Pretty much anything that's, like, come through their theaters? Or, you know what I mean? Like...
Right. I think it's pretty much that. Because, like, from the movies that I've seen here, like, when you browse through their catalog, it's like Fast and the Furious, Lion King, or Hobbs and Shaw, I mean, Toy Story 4, The Art of Self-Defense.
So I guess
I forgot to watch that.
I mean, it could be anything then, right?
So, yeah, it looks like it's pretty much anything.
Because it's essentially just another...
Voodoo, basically.
It's digital blockbuster.
There you go, yeah. And they have Stuber on here. Pikachu. They have the 4 collection of Marvel. So, yeah, it's basically our online distribution.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Were you interested in seeing Ma?
When I wasn't, like, gonna wait. It wasn't a day one for me, but...
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, now it's, like, just out.
I'll probably see it if I have the
sort
time.
of curious. It's got Farkle.
Oh, that's right, it does, yeah. So that's kind of cool. I just bring it up because, like, we're stub members, and if we wanted to rent something, we can do it through here.
Yeah.
And earn points, which get us free stuff at the theater.
That's smart. You know, just like, I don't know. I haven't rented something in a while, and I think when I did rent something, I used the money I've earned from Google Rewards to do it. So that is kind of cool that they're doing this, and the added perk is that you earn Stubbs points, which I went to the movie today for free thanks to Stubbs points.
Oh, that's right now.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool. Like I said, like they even have older stuff here. They have the Terminator 2, Blade Runner.
So like,
it looks like it's something that you can go through and find out things.
It's just interesting that there isn't more of a story. Like, you know what I mean? All these, and maybe it's just a completely different thing altogether. So I'm just
surprised it didn't get all that press.
Well, or maybe I'm just talking about apples and oranges here. But you know, you're hearing about like what Disney Plus and what is it, HBO Max?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, but that's more just regular, like you pay monthly fee streaming. This is
no. I get the difference, but I'm saying with them, what you keep hearing about is like, you know, oh, they have access to this library or that library.
Oh, right.
And this just must be, I'm just assuming that they just have access to kind of whatever because you would pay individually. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Must just be like that. I don't know. We probably sound stupid. That's okay. You'll let us know in the comments.
But I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to try it out. Report back. But, I mean, I don't think there's really much to report back. Other than see how much points we get.
How many points do you get per purchase or whatever.
Whether you buy or rent a movie.
I'm assuming you can use the points towards purchases too. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, it's the point is it goes towards your AMC stuff. So even like...
No, I get the point, but I didn't see anything that said that you could use that, but I'm sure you could.
Yeah.
I don't see why you couldn't.
So that's pretty cool. I'm going to give this a shot. Cool.
What is next, Rick?
We got some news, as I said. And this has to do with the Joker. or Joker in particular. So this is from Hollywood Reporter. Jared Leto was apparently fumed over the new Joker movie. Quotes has it that he said, "You've got to stop this," in this article. So yeah, the actor who played the character in Suicide Squad felt alienated and upset when Warner Brothers greenlit the Todd Phillips version of Joaquin Phoenix instead of his.
Right. Yeah, can I be honest?
Go for
Before
it.
even hearing all this thing,
Yeah.
I kind of don't blame him, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I really don't blame him. You know, like when this movie got announced, everyone kind of thought it was sort of weird. You know what I mean? And it's just like, well, what's the deal? You've got this Joker over here that you just introduced in Suicide Squad, and now you're doing this separate Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. You're just confusing your audience. Oh, it's the standalone thing. You know, like, okay, fine. And I guess you can get around that by, they can make the argument of like, well, look at the time frame that the Joker movie takes place in. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, so that's why it's different. But still, like, I don't know. I side with Jared Leto on this, honestly. Like, I haven't read the whole thing, but I kind of don't blame him.
But yeah, Cheesy's right. Like, they stringed him on because, like they said, he was going to get his own movie, spin-off movie too.
That would be Mike, our co-host.
Oh, I thought Cheesy said it.
No.
But yeah. Oh yeah, that was Mike. Okay. So yeah, but yeah, it says here too, like they told him that he was going to get his own movie. You know, that's going to like spin off just like with Harley Quinn got her own movie. But that didn't really come.
Yeah, and as far as I know, there's no plans for that yet. Like,
No,
I read an article about this, like, I think last week. So, I don't know what this article says.
This also says that the producers didn't really think that the Todd Phillips Joker movie was going to be that big because they had a small budget. And this is from what the article says. And that they were also hoping, or they're discouraging Todd Phillips from actually making the movie itself too, which is, I mean, if you give money to a guy to make a movie, he's gonna make a movie.
Yeah.
You know.
If you don't want him to make it, then just squash it.
Yeah.
It really is sad.
They just didn't think it was gonna be that big of a hit. The higher ups didn't think it was gonna be that big of a hit, which shows how disconnected they are from their audience and who they think the Joker is, because the Joker's a monumental piece of DC history. So it's like, how can you think like, oh yeah, just a small little thing that will toss and push out a small release, you know, and see what happens. I mean, like, it made a lot of money opening week. So
it's pretty sad too. Like, I mean, I remember a lot of his stuff got caught, but in the final cut of Suicide Squad, he only had about 10 minutes of screen time. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and they made it seem like he had a bigger role in this, and that wasn't the case.
And from everything that I've heard, because I know you weren't the biggest fan of his Joker, but from everything that I've heard, I know that he was upset because a lot of his scenes got cut that he feels like help better explain his take on the Joker and show off more of it, where, you know, what you saw is not the full thing.
Yeah, they said there was a lot more footage. There's a lot for the extra footage, enough to make the movie his own Joker movie out of it, you know, his own side story. But yeah, I mean, yeah, as an actor, yeah, of course he'd be pissed that they made another movie of the character you're playing.
Yeah. Like,
that's just messed up. So with that, like, I don't think he's not coming back to play the Joker again. It's not that he's not coming back. He said that, where was it? Says that Leto left CAA for his rival WME. Those are agencies. But yeah, it says here.
Sources say Leto's days as the Joker likely are over.
Are likely over, yeah. So, which makes sense. I mean, I think I would probably leave too if that was the case. I mean, you got your fucking Joker. Fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, they do and they don't.
Yeah. Technically, yeah, they do and they don't.
But with how fucked up I feel like they handled this situation, it wouldn't surprise me if they just didn't give a shit and be like, okay, Joaquin Phoenix is the Joker now, you know, even though it kind of doesn't make any sense for him to be. They would just be ignoring time. Yeah. But whatever.
Yeah.
Mike in the chat Mike in the chat. Mike is normally here, but in the chat says, to be clear, it wasn't the fact that it was a Joker movie that they thought was going to be small. It was that it was so different. I didn't read the article, so I don't know. And then he also said, I love Leto as Joker and his take on it.
Yeah, I don't like Leto's Joker at all.
But to be fair, you only got to see 10 minutes of Leto's Joker.
That's true. Release the Joker cut.
Yeah.
Is that the next hashtag? Joke, Snyder cut. But anyways, yeah, I think it was over your head.
Yeah. I had one over your head too that you should have had earlier.
That's true. So we'll see what happens. I mean, we got the reboot, James Gunn's reboot, soft reboot. I don't know how you want to call it.
I mean, we're talking about Batman stuff now. I know you said you didn't want to, but we might as well.
Get to that too.
So there's some casting news this week, right? Zoe Kravitz is...
she's playing Catwoman. And then we got Paul Dano playing the Riddler, which I think is fucking perfect. Zoe Kravitz, I can't think of anything that I've seen her in, but I'm sure she'll be fine.
She'll be good. I'm sure you've seen her and stuff, dude. I mean, you know what she looks like, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen her before.
Like, I know you didn't watch Big Little Lies.
No.
Divergent, Fantastic Beasts, X-Men First Class.
She was in First Class? Who did she play? Oh, she was
Rough Night. She's in Kin. You've seen Kin.
I've seen Kin.
I think you've seen After Earth,
no, I
haven't
haven't.
you? Okay.
She was Pixie
story.
or something. I forgot the name of the.
I forgot she was in Californication.
I forgot the name of the. Okay, yeah, she's definitely gonna be good then. Yeah, she definitely has that. Selena Kyle,
I think she'd be really good. She'll be great.
Or whichever Catwoman version they're going to go with.
That's a good casting.
Yeah, well, there's two good casts because I think Paul Dano's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He was in.
I don't know. Like, I know his name. I have to.
You've seen him in the farting corpse movie.
Oh, he was in
Swiss Army Man.
Swiss Army Man.
Yeah.
I actually think I did hear that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, what else has this fool been in?
What's the other one? There Will Be Blood, I believe. He was in that.
Ah, he's in The Girl Next Door. That's what I know him from.
Yeah, he was a friend, I believe.
That's totally what I know him from. Yeah. Yeah, I totally know this guy. Yeah, that's crazy.
He's going to be good. So that's awesome. Still no pictures yet, as far as I know, as far as leaked pictures of anything. Well, I don't even think they started production
I mean, it
yet.
comes out in 2021, right?
Yeah. But
yeah, as Mike said, X-Men, dog.
Cool. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. I'm very interested in this Matt Reeves Batman.
Cool.
But as far as news, I think that's all I got. At least all I looked up for this week.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, we tried looking up some stuff before the show, and like, there's just nothing that's really jumping out to me. There's a lot of video game stuff that I know Mike probably wants to talk about. I tried to just kind of like scan over to see if there's anything that I really wanted to talk about, but there wasn't. Maybe I'm just lame this week and just don't really give a fuck about a lot of stuff. I don't know, but that's what we have for you in terms of news. Otherwise, there's trailers and a couple of reviews, and I'm sure Rick and I will get into some other random topics, right? Like, how it doesn't feel like Halloween at all to me.
It doesn't.
Oh, I did see that, Mike. I did see that. I responded right when you typed that. Yeah, I saw that story, and I said to Rick, you could ask Rick, what I'm talking about for people that are listening, Kurt Sutter got fired from Mayans, which apparently because he's, was supposedly a dick, I guess. That's what was said, but I just think you're firing the creator of the show. Okay.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So I did see that story, Mike.
Yeah, so should we move on to trailers?
Sure.
All right. First trailer is the Imagineering story. And this is going to be streaming on Disney Plus on November 12th when it comes out. So let's take a look at this and see what you'll think.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward. We're always exploring and experimenting. We call it Imagineering.
Disney.
Walt set a standard early on with the Imagineers. There was a standard that surprised people, so they left thinking, wow, how did Disney do that?
This is a dream that started in Anaheim that's traveled the world.
We've come a long way through the years, haven't we? Unbelievable.
There's such a pride in being able to create a place that brings that much happiness to people.
Anytime you take people behind the scenes, you see the imperfections, the trial and error, or the experimentation.
Behind all of these curtains are different projects going on. This is the cutting edge of the technology of Imagineering.
I've heard about it. Is it true? There is this underground city, and I wonder what's down there.
I don't know if you've ever walked through the hallways of a Star Destroyer before.
Well, we're in the inner sanctum of the Disneyland
I feel like I'm
Motherboard.
sitting next to a
Nobody ever gets the chance to see us. Only a special few.
little boy Rick.
Wow.
Okay.
That looks dope.
Okay.
That looks awesome.
Why?
God, it's how they make everything. That doesn't interest you?
I mean, it looks interesting, but I don't think I would be nearly as excited as you are right now.
I guess because I'm the artsy-fartsy creative type. Maybe that's why it intrigues me.
It's got nothing to do with that. I mean, I think it looks cool, but you're like pumped. Like you just fucking saw.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool trailer. Or a story that they're going to tell. Like,
I'm excited for it, but I don't know that it merits your
Well,
excitement.
because a lot of it looks like they're going to show a lot of Star Wars stuff, especially with the recent Star Wars land.
Which is...
So, like, that
I don't know,
excites me.
can I just say, like, it's just funny, like, the whole thing starts off with them showing Walt Disney and stuff, and I'm just, like, looking at Walt Disney, I'm just like, man, Disney died with Walt Disney. It did.
Okay.
It did. Maybe they're successful right now, but there's no way in fuck that the Disney we have today is the image that Walt Disney had.
No,
Just
we can never
buying
know
up
that.
other proproperties and then
takes
over everything. Yes, we can know that. You're excited about this Imagineering thing from Disney for the Star Wars stuff. It's got nothing to do with Disney. They bought it. It's disappointing.
But anyways, I'm excited to see how they made everything.
Looks like it anyways. Yeah, I think that part could be cool. I just had a little, not breakthrough moment, but those are just my thoughts while watching. I was like, man, Disney had some originality before, and now, like I brought this up a little bit last week, now they're just so dependent on all these outside properties that they fucking purchased. So,
True. But I'm not talking about outside purchases that they made. I'm talking about things that they've created. It's not theirs, yeah, but I'm talking about like how they put together the rights or how they put together the animatronics. I'm talking about that. Like, put all that aside.
I'm not disputing anything. I'm not even in an argument with you. I'm stating an opinion that I had while watching the trailer. That's it. I'm not arguing with you. Like, that's cool. It'll be interesting to see how they
it
make
almost
stuff.
sounds like you're saying, okay, I thought you were trying to say like whatever.
You always think you're being attacked.
It's just, okay, whatever. But I just think that looks awesome.
I think it looks fine. It looks okay. It might be kind of cool to watch them create this stuff. I just had this thought while watching, just like how Disney just isn't what it was. And that's it. Also, Mike agrees with me.
Well, of course he is. Of course.
We're not in a fight. Look, can I explain it to you?
I know, but we're talking about two different things.
That's my point.
Why can't we just talk about what we just watched?
I am talking about what we just watched. Like, Rick, you're insane. You watched this trailer like, oh man, that looks awesome. And then you admitted like, well, I probably think that looks awesome because they're going to show a lot of Star Wars stuff, which made me go into my thought how while I was watching that trailer, it just reminded me how much Disney isn't what it used to be. That's it. That's it.
Okay, moving on.
Does that make sense to you now?
It does.
So I am talking about this trailer. Those are my thoughts on the trailer. Does that look kind of cool? Would I be interested to see all the work that goes behind you know, the attractions that happen at Disney, whether they're original or purchased? Yes. But I'm sharing my thought, just like you're sharing your thought about what you think is going to be a Star Wars documentary. I'm joking with you now. You're excited over the Star Wars stuff. You admitted it.
Okay.
You admitted it, right? You're
excited over the Star Wars stuff.
Cool. I think from the perspective of watching all the stuff come to life, I think that's still cool. I just had a random thought while watching it, which is pertinent to this, about how, man, Disney's changed a lot since Walt Disney.
Yeah, but it just feels like I'm like this, and then let's kick you back down.
Well, okay, sure. If you want, I still don't know why you think it's an attack on you, but that's okay.
All right. Got one last trailer.
I mean, man, don't be so sensitive. It's not even aimed at you. The only thing that felt like an attack on you is I was surprised at how excited you were at the trailer. Like, you were just like, wow, that looks awesome. And I was like, that's cool. I guess that's fair. But I was just like, it's just essentially a documentary.
I like documentaries.
Yeah, I do too. But anyways, let's move on.
Cheesy gave us bits to stop arguing. Peace and love, boys.
we were never arguing. You're arguing.
5 bits. Thanks, Cheesy, for that. Much love to you. The next trailer we have is...
Let's see how I can offend Rick.
Daniel Isn't Real. With...
What are you confused
Patrick
about? What is happening? Why are you so
I'm trying to read it.
Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Why is that hard for you? Arnold Schwarzenegger? Patrick Schwarzenegger?
I have trouble saying words.
But I'm pretty sure you knew who was in it.
Yes.
Okay. You want me to take over for the words?
Yes.
Daniel Isn't Real. Official trailer. Patrick Patrick Schwarzenegger movie. Now, why is it? Is he starring in it? Is he directing it?
I have no idea. I just thought it looked interesting and you might like it.
Okay. So you already watched it?
It's common.
It's so loud.
Things that aren't real.
That's gonna be on Shudder.
Have you ever seen things like this before?
I had an imaginary friend when I was a kid. His name was Daniel. He was my best friend. He was my only friend.
It's kind of a strange notion, but maybe you should try to connect with that part of yourself again. You needed my help.
Last time I saw you, you were this kid bursting with imagination.
You need to break out and live.
I bet you can get a phone number from any girl at this party.
You're a painter?
You're an artist too, Luke.
I do photography sometimes.
I'm here because you're here. I'm part of you.
What's that thing behind me?
Your shadow. Saw something full of danger. Mystery.
He's taking over. He's making me do things that I don't want to do.
You do those things.
I imagined you. I can make you go right.
Daniel is simply an aspect of your mind.
I'm scared of what I can do. When you painted me, you saw a shadow. What did he look like?
He's weak. He's lonely. And he's nothing without me.
Well, does that look interesting?
I don't know. I'm afraid to talk because you're gonna think I'm attacking you.
Oh my God! Stop attacking me. I'll go for it.
It looks okay.
Yeah, I mean it looks interesting.
I don't know that I go out of my way to see it. To be honest with you.
I mean, it's on Shudder, so I'm not gonna watch it.
It's gonna be in movie theaters December 6th.
Oh, it's gonna be in theaters too. Well,
or according to the description, go down. It's going official movie in theater December 6th. So it's going to be in one theater on December 6th. And then, yeah. Maybe,
One release.
Maybe Shudder just. I'm sure it's gonna be on Shudder too. It's probably on both. Mike says this is a Rick-ass Rick movie, tween Fight Club.
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I saw the description of what it was about. Like, okay, this might look interesting to Bryce. Because it's kind of like horror-ish, soundish.
But you like that stuff too now.
But yeah.
So you didn't watch the trailer?
No, this is the first time watching it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all right.
Yeah.
Looks low.
I think it's like
looks low budget.
It probably is.
No, it looks low budget.
But yeah.
Which is fine. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with that. With looking low budget. I don't need people attacking. What's wrong with low budget? I just think it looks kind of low budget, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that, like Rick said. Covering all the bases. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a huge urge to go see that at all. But I appreciate you bringing it to the table.
It's looking out for you.
Thanks. So yeah, we're going to talk about Are You Afraid of the Dark? Rick watched the first part last week. I didn't have a chance to because it just got too late and I didn't have time. Now I've seen part 2 and Rick hasn't seen part 2. But yeah, let's talk about Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's a 3-part series. The next one starts...
3-part?
It's 3 parts.
Oh, okay.
It's going to end next week. Next episode is Friday.
Oh yeah, 3 episodes.
So yeah, Rick, you were really pumped about this last week, and I know you even had some notes, so why don't you break out those notes and lead the discussion, sir? Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Are You Afraid of the Dark is... Whew, like... Where the fuck did I put that? Oh, here it is. So yeah, the intro is creepy, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the intro was pretty creepy.
So what did you think about it overall before we go down the little pieces?
Oh, okay. Overall, I enjoyed it a lot. It was a lot more scarier than I thought it was going to be.
Well, and we had those thoughts after we watched the trailer, too. I remember we watched the trailer and we're like, man, like that's way darker and way more creepy than I was expecting from something that's going to be on Nickelodeon. And so far, the actual end result has lived up to the trailer. I ended up actually not watching it until last night, even though I planned to watch it like last week. I just didn't get a chance to. Well, I mean, I was with you for a little bit last week after recording. So that was part of it. Well, not really. I don't know why that would affect anything. But anyways, I didn't get around to watching it until last night. And as soon as I was done, I was like, oh, fuck, I got to find part 2. And I did. And I found it. And I told you about it, but you were already asleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked it a lot. I liked that the intro is... it's been a while, so I don't know if it's identical, but at least it's very similar. It has all of the same things, you know, like the actual intro to the show with the song and
stuff. Yeah.
Had all that. So I appreciated that, but I really, really like this. And I like this take on it, too, where they're having something and it's like a 3-part story. You know, or it's longer. I like it way better than something kind of, because I think the show was only a half hour before. I don't think it was an hour, right? So I like this way better than something like starting and then finishing in a half hour period. I like that they have more time and more room to breathe to tell a story. And so far after part 1 and 2, I am way down for them to continue on with a format like this. I think this is really, really cool so far. Anyways, that's what I thought.
Wait, how long did you say they were?
What?
The episodes?
The original show, I think, was about a half hour.
And this one is?
This is like 44 minutes.
Oh, I didn't even realize it.
And the whole point...
That was so good, I didn't even realize how fast it went.
But my point is, though, in the original show, they would have a story that would start and end in the 30 minutes. Yeah. This is being drug out over 3 parts. Essentially like a movie, or episodic, like you said. Longer than a half hour as it is. In fact, a pretty straight up 44 minutes because the one I watched that was on YouTube, that obviously was 44 minutes without commercials. Then the other one I watched was on Nickelodeon's app, and the extent of the commercials they had on that was them doing like the "we'll be right back," and then now there wasn't that, but you know, anyways, then they did a return thing and that was it. So like there were no commercials. So they're 44 minutes long. So essentially this would be an hour thing each. So it's 3 hours. I dig it. I like this. To me, if this is something that's going to continue, should be the format going forward. So I
100% agree with that.
love this so far. Love it. You need to watch part 2.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the only problem with part 2, not problem, but neither one of us has Nickelodeon. Or anyways,
we got our ways.
They don't have. Yeah, there's ways, but on the Nickelodeon, the app isn't Chromecast compatible.
That's fine. I plug in my computer.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, go ahead.
That intro, it's her dreaming and.
Oh, so that, and not the intro, but the intro. Like.
The beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the intro was cool too. You know?
Well, I just mean it's just cool that they didn't ignore their
roots.
Yeah, their roots. Yeah.
But like, yeah, I'm talking about like, you know, her having that dream and waking up and stuff. That kind of reminded me of the first episode of Buffy, because that's kind of how it starts, with her dreaming and then waking up.
Welcome to the podcast Some Shit We Like, aka how Rick can compare everything to Buffy, or what else do you compare stuff to? I'm blanking. It's a very obvious one though.
Veronica Mars?
No, Buffy, or there's another
Angel?
one.
Firefly?
No, there's something else that you're obsessed with. I don't remember. Maybe it is Veronica Mars. It's probably Veronica Mars. But everything is Buffy. Everything's Veronica Mars. Go ahead.
No, that's a compliment to the show.
I get it. It's very funny though.
But her dreaming that, waking up, going to school, like.
Or was it a dream?
Or was it? Yeah. But from that beginning to that point, like as I'm watching this show progress, like even to the end of the show, like just watching the way how they shot this and how the way it looks, it feels like a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got it. Very very cinematic.
Yeah.
And not only just the look of it, but the sounds too, the music, everything about it, like
all of it
felt like a fucking movie.
It definitely felt more mature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Which I kind of feel like it's something that they have to do. You know, when you have things like Stranger Things that are on Netflix, which is kind of like, you know, it's sort of, I don't want to call it family, but you know what I mean? Like it's sort of aiming at something that like teens are going to watch and adults are going to watch too.
Yeah.
I think it'd be rough for Nickelodeon to have this Are You Afraid of the Dark thing, which they're trying to tap into people who grew up with the show, for it to be aimed too much at kids. And so I think they hit the right note where it's definitely feels way more adult and way more grown up than what I remember it being. But it's at the same time, it's also not something that, like, you know, you couldn't have your kid watch either, you know, unless they're fucking pussies. No, I'm just kidding. Unless they're scared of stuff.
Fuck, watching this, I was scared.
No, yeah, like, I mean, no. I mean, the show's definitely creepy.
Yeah, and that's another thing I like about the show is how creepy it is pretty much from the start.
They did a good job, man.
And not only that, but yeah, like with the actors that they picked for this are incredible.
Yeah, they're all really good.
They're all really good, especially that one kid. I want to say his name was it Grant? No, it wasn't Grant. It was the bigger kid.
Graham. Jeremy
that was Graham,
Taylor.
yeah.
He's from another movie you need to go see. It. He's in the.
Yeah, there he is. But yeah, like his character is great. I like his character a lot.
I'm kind of worried,
especially how much detail they put into his character.
Yeah.
How he's like pretty much germophobic. You know, always has his hand sanitizer, cleaning his hands.
Right.
Like all those little details they put into characters, and what makes good stories of how good backgrounds they have for the characters.
He's really good. I like. It's cool seeing him in like kind of a bit of a different. Well, it's still a similar role, but just in something else with a different property. But yeah, like I really like this a lot. Like I think they've really laid down the groundwork for something that I think that they should continue to do, because I just think
absolutely
it's fucking phenomenal. Like because they've already, one thing that they did, which I just don't remember it feeling this way, and I could be misremembering, but they've already made you care about the members of the Midnight Society, where before they were just almost set pieces. You know what I mean? Like they were there. They said submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society. I call the story this. Then the whole episode, which, you know, essentially like 15 fucking minutes of them telling the story, and then they cut back and then they end it, and there really wasn't much to be told amongst the members of the Midnight Society. But now they've made you care about them so far in the same sense, I'm not going to say exactly, but in the same way that you care about kind of like the cast members of Stranger Things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've built like a camaraderie with them, you know?
Yeah, Mike, they were the storytellers, not the story.
Right. And
this, they're both.
They're both. Like, they're still the storytellers, but they've also made a story around the...
Top
Dude,
Hat.
Mike, you should be excited. You should watch it. The first episode's on YouTube.
Mr. Top Hat.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, the way
I was just saying they've made a story around, like, them, around the club, essentially, too. You know what I mean? It's like they're...
the initiation.
It's like there's more to it, but I just mean there's more to it. Like, you know, like, we have a world, and then, you know, like, I just think it's kind of exciting to explore something where, you know, like, these kids are in this club where they tell these stories, and it's more than just about them telling the story. You're going to get them telling the story and also, you know, learn about their lives outside of it, assuming this goes beyond this, which I hope it does.
Yeah, and you brought up about the backstory of the club. Like, the way they initiated her, like, kind of slowly, like, dropping letters into her locker, telling her things to do.
Yeah. Let's not say too much. Well, I guess we can. That's fine. There'll be
yeah.
some spoilers,
Little
Mike.
spoilers.
I know
Sorry,
you
Mike.
don't really care about some of that stuff, but yeah.
But, like, the way they get her to be part of it, you know, like, the initiation process. Like,
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really cool. She's one brave teenager to be walking alone at night in the woods. I could say that because, like, who the fuck would do that?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a story. But I liked how much they're putting into these characters. Like, I guess kind of just repeating the same thing.
Yeah,
you
just
said.
like they're just
like the background of their Midnight Society, of how they all got, or how they're going. We learn about these getting to where they're at now.
Just again that the kids aren't just like set pieces essentially.
Yes, exactly.
There's more to it. We see them, you know, beyond the campfire, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, another thing that I commented on while watching, I just said, like, isn't it funny that all these shows that are like this, that, you know, are supposed to be showing like coming of age or showing like what life is like as a kid and being in school and all this other stuff. I always think it's funny that all these shows, all these kids have very easy access to get up their roof and off their roof and sneak out their fucking window. I'm just like, man, I couldn't do that where I live. But it's just something, all these shows are like that. It's like, man, all these kids are just very...
Everyone has easy access to jump out a window.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck?
Leave at midnight and not letting your parents find out.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I couldn't do that shit.
Yeah, I didn't have access. It just cracked me up. But yeah.
Also, I wasn't a kid that did that type of shit either.
I
bet you would.
You were a good little boy?
For the most part.
Oh, that's adorable. Anyways, you have more notes, right? Because I feel like we're still talking overall. But yeah, tell me more, man. Yeah, Mike says it's a total 80s trope. Yeah, it completely is.
Yeah, that's actually some of the stuff that I have here in my notes about, like, the tropes. The new girl coming to the class, like, you know, coming.
When I hated that in school. Like, when they said, "Oh, we've got a new girl. Like, why don't you come step in front of the class and say a little bit about yourself?" And I'm just like, that is almost to an extreme. But I used to hate, like...
Do they still do that is my question.
I don't know. But I used to fucking hate, like, it'd be the
start of attention.
That, or it'd be the start of the new school year or whatever, and like they would make, well, you know, like, there's some new people here and it's a new year, or I'm a new teacher or whatever. Why don't we just go around the room and everybody say a little bit about themselves? I'm like, oh god, I used to fucking hate that.
Yeah.
You almost just want to ditch the first day because of it. Because you do nothing. You do nothing. Here's your syllabus. Hi, my name is Bryce. Whatever. Let's move on.
Keep going. Your name is Bryce.
I'm new. There. Spoiler. Spoiler.
Yeah. That was kind of like, you know, an exposition dump of this new person. The cafeteria scene, where she's walking around picking to see where to sit down, you know, running into that new guy, and
new guy.
They're not
just that guy that
just that one guy. Yeah. Like, she's having her interaction with that person, but you see that Graham, just waiting for her to like throw away another drawing. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Just the way how Graham would follow her just to see if she could be a part of their club.
And then also to play off on his germophobia or whatever.
Yeah.
They had that whole part where like she had already been drawing something in the classroom and then she threw it away in the trash can and he was like wrestling with himself for a few minutes on whether or not he should stick his hand.
Yeah, it's one of those like typical like the camera's static and then
it was
just come back and forth whether he wanted to.
It was good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this a lot.
Yeah. I don't want to get into the spoilers.
Too much.
But I thought her story was great, which ended up being part of what's going to happen with these
right, without
people.
getting too much into it, but yeah.
So I like the way they integrated it, which was pretty genius. Her story was scary. I mean, anything that had to do with carnivals is scary.
I'm worried for you for episode
I am
2.
Really worried too.
I'm just gonna say, I'm scared for you.
So, because even the Mr. Top Hat character was even scary itself.
Just be prepared. Turn off all the lights in here and do it live on Twitch. I am terrified for you.
God, maybe I'll stream myself watching it. I don't know.
Nah, do whatever. Like, just enjoy it, man. It's awesome.
I'll just record myself.
Yeah.
And then I'll send it to you.
Please do.
Like, no!
Please do.
But we want more of this.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get so much more of this.
Yeah.
It would be awesome.
I really do hope that there's more beyond this part 3. And I hope they continue it with all these people because I think this is great.
So go watch it. Like right now.
Definitely check this out.
Ratings or views or whatever. I don't know how they do it now. Because as two grown adults we're watching the show.
Well, I mean, again,
it's good.
I don't feel like I'm watching something that's for little kids, though. You know,
yeah.
And I think I've been pleasantly surprised by the whole presentation of this from the start. You know, like I didn't really know what to think when we went in to watch the trailer, and then I came out of the trailer like, wow, like that was just way more. Again, like I said earlier, way more adult than I was expecting, and so far, the show itself has not let me down. I really, really, really like it and highly recommend it. It's really good. I wish I could watch part 3 now.
Cool. Same. So yeah, that's our review for that.
Yep.
The next thing we have for you is what we went to go see, which was Zombieland 2 Double Tap.
Which is why we started later today.
Yes.
Part of it, at least.
So 10 years, right?
Yeah.
10 years since the last Zombieland came out. And we are back with these characters again. Tallahassee, Columbus, Wichita, and Little Rock. We'll give our first impressions overall and then get into spoilers?
Sure.
All right.
You want to go? You go. I went first for Ready for the Dark, I think. So you go.
All right, I'll go. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was funny. I mean, Woody Harrelson's great. What else can you say other than they made good character? They made a good character for him even in the first one, and you're getting that same character. Of course, and it's fucking hilarious.
How has it been since you've seen the first one? Because it's been a while for me.
Probably seen it maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay, yeah, I don't even know that I would be able to say then. I just don't recall.
I remember like there was a time where I wanted to watch it. It's probably about 4 years ago.
I need to watch it. I'd like to watch the first one again.
But we do get introduced to new characters, which is pretty cool. Zoe Deutsch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I said it right. Yes.
Mm-hmm. This is still your overall impressions, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought I really liked her character. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. I don't know if I absolutely loved it, but I enjoyed my time watching this because of the characters.
Okay.
Yeah, but I liked it. I will definitely watch it again when it comes out.
I really liked it, actually. I don't know if that means I liked it more than you, but I actually really liked it. I think for something that, is coming out 10 years later, I think they pretty seamlessly brought us back into this world and in front of these characters where it didn't feel like, oh, this is a money grab, or oh, we're just doing this just to do it.
No.
I never felt that throughout this whole thing, that they were just doing this just to do it. And they actually have this set up in such a way where it is something that you feel like you could just revisit because they're living in Zombieland. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it was kind of like we got to catch up with what's been going on with these people. You know, like, so it didn't feel forced. You know, they didn't hide the fact that it's been 10 years, which would have been kind of annoying. You know, like they're not picking up right where they left off. I really liked it, man. Like, I think it's... It was almost better than I feel like it almost had any right to be, because at first you're just kind of like, man, is this really like 10 years later? Are they forcing this? But you kind of had to also know that it's like they've got all the same fucking people, the writers, the director, all the same people are behind it, actors, all of it. It's like, they're not going to fuck this up. And I don't think they did. And I mean...
Oh, not at all.
They didn't. Like, I think it's really good.
Yeah. And, because you're coming back 10 years later with them. And, like, you see how much they're, I would say a lot, but, like, how their dynamic changed. Like, how Columbus and Wichita, like, how their relationship is, you know? And then the father-daughter relationship with Tallahassee and Little Rock, which was funny because, you know, it's been 10 years. She's grown up. Yeah. You know, and he sees himself as a father figure to her, even though she doesn't see it that way.
Right.
Which
I thought was I don't know that she doesn't see it that way. She's just at that stage where she doesn't want to deal with any sort of parental figure.
Yeah. Which I thought was kind of sweet. But yeah, I mean, I felt the same way. Maybe, I mean, I liked it. I want to see it again. I'm probably gonna buy the double pack when it comes out.
I don't know. Like, I have a feeling that the more you sit on it, you're gonna say that you liked it. Like, I know you haven't said you didn't. No, more. I think you're gonna say you liked it more, because I really did like I liked it a lot. Like, I mean, it felt like a proper Zombieland sequel, and again, I think it was almost masterfully done in that, like, they just didn't. I don't know. It didn't feel like a sequel for sequel's sake to me, and.
No.
Even with the addition of all the other characters that they had in there, none of them stuck around for too long to where they got away from the original dynamic. I was kind of worried with the Zoe Deutsch character. Madison. I was like, oh god, is she going to be around the whole time? Because I don't know that
I think they knew that she was only good in pieces.
Because I'm like, I don't know that I'm down for that. So I like that they still kept it to the core group. And like, all the additions were welcome. They were kind of, I mean, we're hitting spoiler territory a little bit, but, like, you know, you've got Thomas Middleditch and Luke Wilson, like Rosario Dawson, like big actors that kind of, like, they step in and then they step out. Yeah. And it was done in such, like, you know, like, and that doesn't mean that they're barely in the movie, but they gave you just enough of them and then they stepped away and you're with the core group and then they sometimes brought them back in again. I really did think it was really well done. I liked it. I don't know if you were, you know, fearful of saying whether you liked it as much as the first one or more or whatever. I'm not gonna make a statement about any of that one way or the other. I already see you shaking.
I'll make a statement.
I already see you shaking your head. Yeah, I don't know that I trust your statement though. I think this is. I'll say it. I think this is just as good as the first one, and this is coming from someone that hasn't seen the first one in a while.
Well, mine is the same thing. Okay, well, I think they're both great. Mm-hmm. I think they go together hand in hand.
Yeah, they really do. Okay, well, I was worried because you're like, I don't know if I liked it. I don't know if I loved it. No. So I was worried. So sorry.
No, they go hand in hand together. Because I actually almost feel like that time gap is actually perfect for this type of movie.
Mm-hmm. I'm even at a point where I would not even roll my eyes if they announced a Zombieland 3.
Yeah, same.
Because I just think that they have set up a world where they kind of could do that. You know, like, does it need to happen? No. Could they do it? Sure. I mean, it's kind of like with Are You Afraid of the Dark right now. Like, they're setting up this world right now where I would like to see more because I think it's kind of cool. They set it up to where you can kind of come in and out and be like, oh, well, now this is happening to them. I don't know.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah. And the fact that it's being a big world, you know, the world itself.
Exactly.
They could run into a bunch of other types of characters and celebrities or whatever, you know, that survive Zombieland, which is there's a lot they can do with it, which makes sense because it was going to be a television show in itself.
That's
the first one.
That's right. Wait, before
it made a movie. Before it was a movie, they pitched it as a show.
I thought, was that what it was?
And then it became a movie, and then they tried pitching it as a show again.
Are you sure you don't have that reversed?
I don't think so.
I don't remember, but I could have sworn I thought.
Let us know in the comments.
I thought after the first movie they were talking about making it a show, but I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter because it was good. It was a lot of fun.
Like you said, different celebrities, different people, different landmarks they can go to. Again, I'm not calling for it. I'm not saying it should happen. I'm just saying I don't know that I'd really. If it's done as well as this one was, I would not have a problem with it whatsoever.
Yeah.
And Rosario Dawson to me was a magnificent addition.
She was a great addition to
the cast, and slid right in and fit. It was perfect. That's what she said. So there you go.
Her parking spot.
Our review of Zombieland Double Tap slid right in and fit. That's the title of the show this week, I think. Slid right in and fit. Don't let me forget it. I'm titling the show as Slid right in and fit.
Yeah, now get into a little bit more spoilery territory. So if you haven't watched it, click away, put us on mute. Do what you gotta do because we're getting to spoilers in 3, 2, go. Spoiler part that you like or enjoy.
You go. I feel like I think you're ready with something. So I've kind of talked about. Well, I've talked about a lot of what I liked without really getting into specifics. Okay. So.
Yes, I do love the part with Luke Wilson and
Thomas Middleditch.
I thought that was awesome. The way they duplicated the characters.
Yeah.
Was funny, and the way they handled it in the movie, the other characters was just as great as well too.
And what's awesome about it, and again, this is hitting spoiler territory, I was so worried. I'm like, oh God, are they going to make this group bigger? Like, I don't want that. I'm glad that they died. I'm glad that they turned. You know what I mean? I didn't need them to stick around.
I didn't think they were going to stick around.
I didn't know. I was afraid. I'm like, oh fuck. Like, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? I didn't necessarily know that they were going to die. You know? That's
I didn't think that either. I just didn't think they were like...
I'm just glad, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what
going
you mean.
in, I was like, "Oh, dude, you're not.
I didn't think they were
Don't do it." Okay, well, you're special. All right, congratulations.
I didn't think they were gonna die though.
I didn't know. I didn't know one way or the other whether or not they were gonna like be a part of the group or not. I'm glad that they were. I'm also glad that they didn't extend the joke to the 2 girls too, because that would have been a little much. Meaning, I'm glad there wasn't duplicate Emma Stone and duplicate Abigail Breslin.
Yeah. But yeah, their characters, the way they interacted with each other, I thought was fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the rules he has and the commandments that he has. I thought that was funny. The Madison character, like, I kind of thought like, okay, is she gonna be playing dumb and then gonna turn on them, type of thing. But then it turns out no, she's just that stupid.
Yeah. And I will admit, and I know you're gonna say the opposite because I feel like this is your MO. You're like nothing ever tricks you or whatever. But I honestly thought she was dead. I thought he actually really did kill her. So I was just like, good. I'm glad you. And maybe that was part of me just kind of being glad that she was gone. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I knew that he shot over her head, like I know Rick is about to do in like
that I didn't
5 seconds. Okay, thank God.
No.
But I didn't. I thought honestly we were done with her. I'm like, good. You know. So then when she was back, I'm just kind of like, oh God. But okay, it was fine. Then that makes it seem like I hated the character, but I didn't.
Like I had a feeling she was gonna come back.
Of course you did.
But then when I heard the shots, I'm like, okay, she's dead.
Okay.
You know? And then I also thought because
I will say, not to interject, but I want to say it before you go. I will say that the whole time I didn't actually think she was turning.
Yeah,
I thought it did have to do with an allergy of some sort.
Because like how prominently they placed her eating the nuts, I'm thinking she's that stupid enough to eat something that she's probably allergic to.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, yeah, she's not turning. She hasn't having a reaction. Which the part that where I was kind of curious for like where I thought she wasn't sure if she's gonna come back or not, like because when they throw her stuff out of the car, like it kind of zooms in, not necessarily like a big old zoom, but like it kind of does show them like the camera does show that they left her stuff there.
Right.
So I figured like, okay, well maybe like.
But they also.
I thought something was gonna roll out like an epinephrine pin or something like that, or an
okay.
EpiPin or whatever they call it.
I get it.
I thought something like that was gonna roll out, but it just I just thought, okay, well they just probably cut it, you know.
Yeah.
Because they did show it, but it was a pretty quick cut.
Because that would have been funny too if he really did shoot her, but the whole time it was just because she was having a reaction.
Yeah, there was no payoff. That's why I thought of like, oh, okay, she just then I guess she did turn or whatever.
I mean, the payoff is like they showed us enough to make us think that she turned, and then we heard the gunshots, and that was it. Because to me, like, I don't know, she didn't need to be like, if that was it for her, I would have been totally fine. I'm like, all right, cool.
I just thought too, like, wow, like she's been in interviews and stuff too. I'm like, that was it for her character. I'm like, that kind of sucks. I was glad she was back.
I don't want to say that I was mad that she was back, but I was kind of like, oh gosh, but you know, it was
questionable. But I like her character because
her character leaned a little
lucky.
bit. Her character, what?
She's just lucky.
Her character leaned a little bit on the annoying side for me, but.
She was annoying.
I mean, but annoying, not
I think
in
there
the
was
haha funny annoying. For me, I was just kind of like, okay, I'm done with her. But I didn't like completely hate her either at the same time.
But yeah, I really liked her character. The new type of zombies.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting.
All the names and stuff too. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, apparently there's like 4 new types of zombies.
There's
the Homer, the Ninja, the T-800, and the Hawking.
Yeah, the T-800 came last though.
That was the last one. Yeah, I put them out of order.
Although you know what's funny, which is fine. Like I feel like the movie does just enough, but I feel like that was part of them updating us on what was going on, but they really didn't make much use of like the Hawking and the Ninja and all that stuff. They just told us about it. I mean, there was one
Hawking,
right, and there was a Ninja too that came under the thing.
Yeah,
you know, which is fine. But I mean, I almost thought the fact that they took the time to explain all that to us, that maybe there would be more examples of them out in the world.
Yeah,
the one they played with the most was the Homer. And then obviously the T-800.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked their introduction of these new zombie types. Which, by the way, the intro at the beginning, too, where he's kind of talking about it and, like, updating us, the viewers, I thought was kind of funny, too, that line bit. Like, we know you have a lot of choices with zombie movies.
With your zombie entertainment.
Yeah. I thought that was funny.
It was, well, dude, like, I can't, the more I think about it, the more I really liked it a lot.
I almost felt like, while watching this movie, like, I didn't hear any chuckles from you. So for a minute, like, I thought you didn't like the movie. I'm like, oh, he's gonna hate this movie.
I mean, don't you know by now? Like, a lot of times I just don't laugh at stuff. I don't know why. Like, it takes a lot for me. I don't know. Like, it wasn't that I didn't think stuff is funny, but a lot of times I just kind of sit and watch stuff. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, this has been probably told in this podcast before, but like the Family Guy movie and like,
shit.
What happened?
I might have pressed the button. Go on.
Oh. What happened though?
That was good. It was just a different screen.
Okay. The Family Guy movie I watch by myself, and generally when I'm by myself, I kind of don't really laugh, you know, like at all, while I'm watching something. Yeah. I do tend to laugh a little bit more in a theater, but a lot of times I'm just kind of taking it in. So if I don't laugh, it's not that I don't think it's funny, but Family Guy movie, I was watching that by myself, and like the one line in that movie that actually made me laugh out loud is when they're talking. I don't know how familiar you are with the movie or how long it's been, but Stewie talks about like they're talking about like things that make them happy or excited, and Stewie goes like the first cut into a fresh piece of construction paper, and then ooh yeah, and that was like the one part that made me laugh. But yeah, you don't judge my demeanor during a movie.
Because there was some pretty funny stuff there, and I didn't hear anything.
I don't know what it is.
I think maybe once or twice I've heard you chuckle.
Yeah, like I don't know what it is. Like I just tend not to necessarily laugh at stuff.
The minivan gag throughout the whole movie, like Tallahassee's trying to get either a Winnebago or use his car that he
just something more badass
than a minivan, like a soccer mom minivan, which I thought was hilarious that they keep coming back to the minivan all the time.
Yeah.
That was great. That was great. At least I think that's everything I wrote down that stood out for me. But
I mean, just all of it. I feel like I honestly just kind of think that they nailed it. They gave you the right amount of everything. They gave you the right amount of new stuff. They gave a right amount of callbacks. Like, I can't think of anything that they did that
the code red
that bothered
Mountain
me.
Dew code red.
What? I don't remember that.
They poured the code red.
But what about it though? What was the joke?
No, just the callback to the first.
See, it's been
movie.
a while. I don't remember.
That was his drink. Like, he would always drink the Mountain Dew code red only.
Okay.
And that's what he served.
See, it's been a bit.
That's what he served.
That's a reason why I could have so now I'll probably have even more fun rewatching the first one because I'll probably remember or see things that happened in the second one that I didn't notice before.
Yeah.
Did you take notes on this movie?
I just wrote down stuff when the movie finished.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Trying to be more proactive.
Good for you.
As far as like the main bits, like I mean that's that, but like there's the ending that we get. Well, there is the thing that Nevada said about her finding out how Bill Murray died.
Right.
You know, and how will kill the person who killed Bill Murray.
Right.
And Columbus is a little nervous about it. But Columbus being the voiceover of the movie, the narrator for this, like, tells like, oh, you like the backstory of Bill Murray. So then like just like
Day Zero or whatever.
Day Zero, yeah. So we get the flashback for Bill Murray doing his interview for Garfield 3 and how Day Zero looked for him, you know, and the way that plays out.
Just kind of how it all
It was like
started,
the small little like intercut towards the end of the credits, which I thought was.
I actually, for half a second, I thought they were gonna. I don't know why. Again, it's been a bit since I've seen the first movie, because I know we actually see him die or whatever.
Yeah.
But I actually kind of thought that they were gonna show him get bit or something to be like, oh, see, I wasn't the one responsible for killing him. He actually got bit before.
Oh, that'd been interesting.
I thought they were gonna do something like that, but they didn't. And then it was kind of loud, and he didn't say it very loud. I don't know if you heard him say, "I ain't afraid of no ghost," right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the closing line, I hate Mondays.
That's a Groundhog Day reference, right?
No, that's a Garfield reference.
Oh, okay.
Garfield hates Mondays.
That's right. It's been a while.
Like, as you can tell, the spoiler's over. We enjoyed the movie a lot.
I really liked it. I wasn't disappointed at all. I know it was going to be... what was the deal with this? Like, wasn't this going to be made at one point? Or maybe that's what I'm thinking of as the TV show stuff. What did I do? What did I do now? LOL and freaking Bryce. I did something.
Oh, the way you drink?
Mm. I don't know what I did. Did I say someone's name wrong? I guess we'll find out. But anyways, I really liked it. It wasn't disappointing at all.
The noise was on our end.
Yeah. Oh, me not getting the references. Oh, okay. Whatever. I love Garfield. I don't know. I just thought maybe it was Groundhog Day. Sorry. I apologize. I'm fired. Huh?
Never seen it.
You've never seen Groundhog Day? Okay. That's fine.
But yeah, that's it for movies.
That's it for, I think, everything.
We played the show. And you beat me again and again, and you will again and again.
One thing that I will say about video games, I got sucked into it. I almost kind of wish that I played it myself. But I watched Dan's Gaming play Little Misfortune, and I watched him play the whole fucking thing.
The whole game?
Yes, and I actually really, really enjoyed watching that. That game is funny, and yeah, like I really enjoyed watching that whole thing play out, and I sort of wasn't kicking myself because I don't know that I would have gotten to that at any point anyways. I mean, I was mildly curious, but I really enjoyed watching him play that, and like that's a cool little story. I think that would be something that maybe Little Misfortune. So Little and then Misfortune, like not like MISFORTUNE, not like, yeah. Anyways, I actually would be really curious to watch you play it on stream. It's funny. What kind of game is it? It's not fun, huh? It's kind of. So I don't want to call it an adventure game, but if it's an adventure game, it's an adventure game. It's kind of an interactive story.
Oh, okay.
So I'd say it's more like that. So the game has some comedy, and the game is creepy and weird too, at times. But yeah, I probably would watch you play it too. Like, I don't know. I had a lot of fun watching that game get played. So as someone who hasn't played it and just observed it, I kind of recommend Little Misfortune. Yeah, if you do, let me know, because I swear I will watch you play it as long as I'm home.
It's on Steam or on PlayStation?
Just don't do it tomorrow. I think it's on like everything. I'll tell you right now. It's definitely on Steam though.
Cheesy. I'll wait on Rick to play The Witness. I'm not familiar with that.
The Witness?
Yeah.
He wants to see you get frustrated.
You want to see me get frustrated? It's not a pretty sight.
It's just not. It's on Windows.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not on anything else yet. So.
Puzzle game.
You won't. No. Cheesy, you won't. You will not have fun watching Rick do that. I mean, maybe for a little bit, but then it would just get obnoxious, and he would quit.
Well, he was having fun when I was playing, watching me.
I just don't think you would play it for very long. I think you'd get so frustrated and be done. Like, the stream would last like 30 minutes. Then it would be over.
Add it to my list.
But yeah, Little Misfortune.
Cool. All right, so that's going to do it for us this
This is what it looks like.
Oh, that looks nice.
It's cool.
Cool animation.
I honestly want to say, I don't know.
31 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 31. Cool.
All right, so that's going to do it for us this week.
Mike just got a shotgun. He's going to murder everybody.
So watch out for Mike.
Yeah.
Watch out for Mike.
Am I wrapping it up or are you?
Yeah.
Or do you want to wrap it up?
I'm just going to toss it to you.
Okay. All right, Rick's tossing it to me. So if you joined us in the chat, Cheesy, which I'm glad you were here, Cheesy. I didn't think you were going to be here. I know you said you worked till 3, but I guess your festival thing's not till later, so it worked out that we started later. If you joined us in the chat, Mike, Cheesy, that was it, right?
Yeah.
Nightbot. Nightbot's always here. I know, but he's here and shows his support. Thank you for joining us. If you didn't catch us live and you want to next time, follow us on social media at Some Shit We Like. We're on Instagram, Facebook, everything except Twitter is SSWL Network, correct? So yeah, you can do that and you can join us live. If you can't join us live, we will put up the audio of the show on Tuesday. It'll be put out on podcast services. If it's not on the one that you want, let us know. Otherwise, someshitwelike.com. And if you want more than just audio, we will throw up little clips throughout the week from the show, kind of previewing the full thing, and then we put up the full show on Friday. That definitely contains a lot more than just the clips. Like, sometimes there's whole topics that don't get clipped out. So that's my spiel.
So until next time.
And that was Some Shit We Like.